vanished from Earth Classic Game Room broadcasts from the Intergalactic Space Arcade on its never-ending mission to review everything. Welcome to Classic Game Room. Who's ready to bomb things on the small screen? Get your pocket ready because it's Pocket Bomberman on the Game Boy. Love the music, love the game, get ready for a good one. This is Pocket Bomberman on the Nintendo Game Boy. Actually, I believe this is the Game Boy Color variant from 1998. But it also plays on your original Nintendo Game Boy, which I know you're still using, right? The batteries in that thing last forever. This has quickly become one of my favorite Game Boy games. Recently I reviewed Bomberman on the PC Engine, and I forgot that I even had this game until I was reorganizing my shelves lately and stumbled across it and thought, you know, I love Bomberman. Is it any good on the Game Boy? Is it ever? When a Game Boy game plays well, it plays well. I think there's some real genius behind making a good game on the small screen. Like, overly complicated games don't work well. Really simple games can get old quickly, but Pocket Bomberman, which is a silly title, seems to strike a great balance between perfect platforming and puzzle-style gameplay and small, simple graphics which fill the screen nicely. And then, of course, there's the music, which is just terrific. Feel the bass in Bomberman. I mean, really feel it. Put your head up to the speaker and feel the bass. Bomberman bangs. So I used like 4 different game systems to record this review because for whatever reason my Retron 5 decided to stop reading Game Boy games. Alright. Fired up. It's so cheerful. Who knew a game with explosives could be this cheerful and uplifting? Here. Have a bomb. That's for you. It's a present. Bombs are the gift that keep on giving. Explosive death and destruction. That one's for you. Stupid clouds. No one likes a cloud. Thankfully, this plays really well on the GameCube's Game Boy player and on the Super Game Boy for your Super Nintendo. But I think the best way to play most of the Game Boy and GBA games is on the Game Boy Advance SP. Still my favorite Game Boy. It's such a fast and responsive game. The controls are great no matter what game system you play it on. You know, provided it's not the Gamecom. Oh, how do you keep avoiding them? There you go. Over the years I've played Bomberman games before, but I'm still not that familiar with the NES one. However, lately I've really been enjoying Bomberman on the PC Engine, and this is very similar. It has a different look, but the gameplay is pretty much the same. Bomberman starts out each level really weak. His bombs don't have much range. So you destroy a few enemies, blow up some obstacles, collect some power-ups, and that increases the destructive power of your bomb, which of course exponentially increases the possible risk of blowing yourself up. There's other power-ups which give Bomberman more speed, the ability to like fly through the air. Invincibility, you can drop multiple bombs, and of course, self-detonation by hitting the select button. When he starts the game, the bombs have their automatic timers, which you quickly get used to. But self-detonation is the way to go. You lose that power-up if you're killed. There's also a handy password continue system in this game. It's just great. I love it, as you can tell, and it's so dirt cheap, too. There's 5 different worlds for Bomberman to conquer and end bosses, which are really tricky at the end of each of them. This game actually gets pretty difficult by about level 3. But it's still an approachable game that's easy to dive into and enjoy. Totally recommended for all ages. And I've got an explosive classic game room shout out and thank you going to Corey from Nashville, Tennessee. Thank you for sending a pocket full of Bomberman to the show. It's just wonderful. Fire, we like fire. Fire's good. Oh, now I've trapped myself between the enemy and the bomb. I think the Game Boy player on GameCube has a bass boost or something. Sadly, your Game Boy, the old school Game Boy, doesn't have an 18-inch subwoofer, but it would if it could. Pocket Bomberman. Password 9156, but don't tell anyone. Shh. It's our secret. Classic Game Room is brought to you by Ethel the Cyborg Ninja, now on Amazon and Classic Game Room barware. Welcome to the Lord Carnage Club, being shouted from within. A turbo volcano! Starting with Jeff Breyer, Derek Langley, Michael and Ariana Nelson, Benjamin Woodring, Steven Chucknick, Al Stever, Ian Shore, You sure are awesome, Jason Goy, Sergio Matthias Hergert, Chip Sink Bale, Busy Signal, Sean Zoltek, Rick DeBarros, Philip Strabenmuller, Jack Stavris, Ohad Kane, and Tiago Pereira dos Santos Silva from Porto, Portugal. Tiago Pereira dos Santos Silva from Porto, Portugal.